Hi guys, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog series. Today we're going to talk to you about MRCP as a qualification. So the MRCP, or Membership of the Royal College of Physicians examinations, are the exams that most medicine doctors will take in order to register with the GMC. They're split out into three parts, so MRCP 1 and 2, which are multiple choice and short answer questions, and then PACES, which is a clinical assessment, a scenario-based examination. To give you all three parts, you'll need all three of those bits in order to register with the GMC. If you were a trainee doctor in the UK, you would take this around the point that you start out your core training in medicine. So your CT 1 and 2 is when you would sit on MRCP 1 and 2, and then your PACES at the point that you're moving into your ST3 plus or specialist training. So the idea is that if you want to come in as a specialist in medicine or one of its allied fields, then MRCP is the route that you'll need to take in order to register with the GMC. Okay, so in terms of the types of role that you will be looking at once you've completed your MRCP and you've joined the GMC via that route, you can fairly safely say that you'd be entering at an ST3 plus level, given that that is the point at which someone would sit PACES if they're a UK trainee. That said, it does depend on your number of years of experience, so if you'd feel more comfortable entering slightly lower at the CT12 or ST12 level, then that's entirely plausible. Equally, if you were very experienced and you were working at a consultant level in your home country, it wouldn't be impossible to rule out a consultant level position, though it's fair to say that medicine roles tend to be quite patient facing, and the safest bet is usually to act at an ST3 or speciality doctor kind of level initially. In terms of the specialisms that you'll be open to, the most common route of entry for an MRCP doctor, even if they hold a specialist field within their home country, is to enter as a general medicine doctor, or more likely an acute medicine doctor as they're quite often referred to now, so that they get a good breadth of exposure to the lots of different allied specialisms that come with medicine. It's a great way to settle into the NHS and to start your career as a medicine doctor. And then you tend to find that later on you'll either apply for training in one of the subspecialist fields, or you'll apply into a role for Caesar support, for example, in one of those specialist fields. Those of course include anything that falls under the category of allied medical, so cardiology, respiratory, rheumatology, stroke, care of the elderly, dermatology, all those different niches that come within the medicine bracket. There is one final part of the MRCP examinations that you may wish to consider if you want to work in the UK, and that's the SCE, the Speciality Certificate examinations. And there are each SCE for each individual speciality, so there'll be an SCE in cardiology and an SCE in care of the elderly, for example. And then more subspecialist exams depending on your subspecialist field. They don't count towards GMC registration, and you can have those without having the full MRCP bit beforehand, but they don't count towards GMC registration. So it's important to note that. That said, if you do have one of those subspecialist certificates, it can just put you that little bit further ahead when you're trying to get into a more subspecialist field later on. So it may be worth considering. And there are one or two anomalies that we should mention as well, that don't quite fall under the allied medical services as usual, and that is that in the UK, oncologists, haematologists and intensive care doctors often sit the MRCP exams as well. So if you fall into one of those three brackets, you'll still want to consider MRCP as your qualification route of entry for the GMC. Thanks so much for listening, guys. If you are a medicine doctor and you're interested in sitting the MRCP exams, or indeed if you hold them already and you're looking for a job in the UK, we'd love to hear from you, so please do send any queries through to us. As always, we'll put the contact details up at the end of the video.